Have you ever noticed that some people attract attention without even trying? They're not the prettiest, nor are they the ones who try hard to appear confident. It's something different, a presence that captivates you. And the curious thing is that this has nothing to do with appearance. It has to do with behavior. It took me a while to understand this myself. I spent years thinking I needed to change something on the outside, until I realized that the most attractive people are those who master what comes from within. And the best part, these habits are simple, sahadri, bahadri, or trainable, and the effect is almost instantaneous. While most people feign confidence, those who practice what I'm about to show you give in trust. So stick with me, because after this video, you'll understand why some people are naturally attractive, and how you can become one of them. Habit 1. Real social curiosity. Have you ever noticed that some people have an energy that simply draws you in? They aren't the most beautiful, nor the most talkative, but when they open their mouths, it seems like the world falls silent to listen to them. It's as if they carry a natural magnetism, born from genuine curiosity. Because, deep down, people more attractive. It's not about trying to impress, it's about being genuinely interested. And the secret is simple. When you pay attention, the other person feels seen. And being seen is one of the most powerful forms of human connection. Most people listen to respond, not to understand. They're just waiting for their turn to speak, and that's noticeable. But someone who is truly curious wants to discover what lies behind the words. Instead of asking, "What do you do?" they ask, "What excites you in your day?" This kind of curiosity triggers something automatic in the brain. It activates the same reward system as when we receive a sincere compliment. In other words, the more interested you are, the more attractive it becomes. Without changing anything in appearance, only there's habits. And the most fascinating thing is that the more you try to understand others, the more you end up understanding yourself. Because a curious gaze also turns inward. It makes you realize what inspires you, what moves you, what connects you. This is the kind of energy that can't be faked. But there's a catch. It's impossible to have genuine curiosity about others if you haven't yet learned to enjoy your own company. Habit 2. Comfort with one's own company. Have you ever noticed how many people can't stand their own silence? Just a pause in the conversation. And there they are, grabbing their phone, pretending to reply to a message, as if emptiness were something dangerous. But true charm comes precisely from that. The comfort of being alone. People more attractive. They don't constantly chase after company, because they've learned to fulfill themselves. They don't need to prove anything or hunt for attention. And that's magnetic, because it transmits security. A security that doesn't come from appearance, but of habits, solid emotional states. Spending time alone isn't isolation. It's recharging. An hour a week doing something purely for pleasure, reading, walking, cooking, drawing, whatever, completely changes your energy. It's there that you reconnect with what you enjoy, understand your limits, and strengthen your presence. Those who feel good in their own company don't beg for space in anyone else's life. And that is attractive, in a quiet but irresistible way. Because in the end, solitude isn't the opposite of connection. It's its rehearsal. It's where you learn to be whole, so you don't seek halves in others. But there's a curious detail. Your body may be alone, but does it transmit that same sense of security when you enter a place? Habit 3. Conscious bodily presence. The body speaks before the mouth opens. You can say 1,000 right things, But if you enter a place with slumped shoulders, downcast eyes, and hidden hands, no one will feel your energy. They will feel your absence. It's amazing how the way you move, breathe, and occupy space completely transforms how you appear. More attractive, same without changing the appearance. People with habits. Body language doesn't need to be forced. An upright posture, intermittent eye contact, and calm gestures tell a silent story of confidence. Research shows that it takes us less than a second to form impressions about someone. And guess what? Almost everything comes from body language. So, before talking about charisma, think about presence. A small adjustment, raising your chest, making eye contact, keeping your hands visible, already changes how the world perceives you. It's like turning on an inner light that says, "I'm here and I'm okay." And that is attractive, even without saying a word. But presence isn't just about the body. It's about energy. Some people seem confident, but when you talk to them, you realize they're only half there. And that's where the next habit comes in. The habit of truly being present. Habit 4. Full attendance. The most attractive person in the room isn't always the most beautiful. It's the most present. The one who looks you in the eye without looking away. Who talks without fiddling with their phone. Who doesn't seem to be thinking about what they're going to say next. There's something almost hypnotic about someone who is truly present, fully engaged. Because presence is energy, and energy is felt. You notice when someone is truly listening to you, and you also feel when that energy has already left you, even while they're still in front of you. The curious thing is that the more present we are, the more the world seems to slow down. Words become clearer, connections more intense, and gestures gain meaning. It's as if time stops running, and you begin to live. Not to remember or plan, but to truly live. To live. And that's rare today. Most people live busy, but empty lives, surrounded by stimuli, but disconnected from the present moment. Being present is one of the most powerful forms of charisma. When you are fully present, the other person feels safe, interested, and calm. And in a world of distractions, this combination is irresistible. Presence is the kind of beauty that isn't seen with the eyes. It's felt with the soul. Habit 5. Voice with intention. The voice is one of the most direct ways to convey who you are and, at the same time, one of the most neglected. Most people speak only to respond, not to communicate. But those who have a voice with intention don't just speak with their mouths. They speak with their whole body. The tone, the rhythm, the pauses, the gaze. Everything conveys presence, emotion, and truth. Have you ever noticed how some people say simple things, but you feels the weight of it? It's because there's intention behind every word, and intention is what gives life to the message. A voice without intention is just sound. A voice with intention is pure feeling. And it's not about having a beautiful, deep, or perfect voice. It's about being connected to what you're saying. When you believe in what you say, the other person feels it, even if they don't understand why. A simple change of tone can transform an ordinary phrase into something that captures attention. Ultimately, a voice with intention is charisma in sound form. It doesn't convince through force, but through truth. Because those who speak from the soul don't need to raise their volume. They simply need to be present in every word. Habit 6. Validating gaze-eye contact is one of the most powerful languages that exist, and almost no one knows how to truly use it. A look can welcome, intimidate, encourage, or push away without needing a single word. But the gaze that attracts the most is the one that validates, the one that makes the other person feel seen, recognized, and safe. Because deep down, we all want the same thing: to be noticed, without having to shout for attention. A validating gaze is neither fixed nor invasive. It conveys calm, curiosity, and respect. It's when you look at someone and, even in silence, say, "I'm listening to you." And that has immense power, because it makes the other person lower their defenses. In a world of distractions, where people talk to each other without really seeing each other, the simple act of holding genuine eye contact is already a rare gesture. Those who possess this kind of presence don't need a striking appearance. A keen gaze is enough to stand out, because when someone feels truly seen, they automatically want to stay close. And that's what makes the validating gaze so magnetic. It awakens without needing to seduce. Habit 7. Intelligent mystery. Not everything that is attractive can be explained. And that's precisely what makes it interesting. The clever mystery isn't about hiding who you are, but about not revealing everything at once. It's about having depth, but allowing the other person to discover it little by little. People with this type of energy don't rush to justify themselves, they don't try to prove their worth, and they don't need to fill every silence. They understand that what is said sparks curiosity, but what is kept secret sparks fascination. The mystery lies not in being inaccessible, it lies in being authentic, yet selective. You don't show less, you just show better. It leaves room for the other person to imagine, explore, and get involved. And this space is where magnetism is born. Ultimately, human beings are drawn to what challenges them, and nothing is more intriguing than someone who seems to hold an entire universe behind their calm gaze and restrained smile. Intelligent mystery doesn't create distance, it creates a desire for closeness. Because mystery only works when there is life behind the gaze. And it is this energy that the next habit reveals: physical vitality. Habit 8. Physical vitality. There's something irresistible about someone who looks like, "I'm truly alive." It's not about having the perfect body, nor about showing off muscles. It's about overflowing with energy, movement, and presence. People with physical vitality have a glow that their bodies naturally express: upright posture, firm gestures, a more vibrant voice. It's the kind of energy that is contagious, even when they are silent. And the most curious thing is that this vitality doesn't just come from the gym, it comes from how you take care of your energy. Sleeping well, eating right, walking in the sun, breathing deeply. All of this is reflected in your gaze, your skin, the way you occupy space. Vital energy is what sustains magnetism. You can be the most interesting person in the world, but if you are exhausted, disconnected from your own body, no one will feel that glow. The body is your primary field of attraction. When it is alive, you are too, and when it is, the world feels it. But there is something even more powerful than the body in motion: the mind in harmony. And that's what the next habit is about. Emotional lightness. Habit 9. Emotional lightness. Nothing is more attractive than someone who doesn't let themselves be overwhelmed by inner chaos. Emotional lightness is a silent form of strength. It's when you face life without carrying the weight of everything all the time. Emotionally, light people are not those who don't feel, but those who they don't drown. They feel what they're feeling, they breathe, and they let it go. This kind of presence creates a magnetic energy because it transmits security. Instead of reacting to everything, They choose what deserves a response, and that's rare. In a world of tense people, someone who can smile even in the face of uncertainty becomes a refuge. Lightness is a form of intelligence. It shows that you are not a slave to emotions. You are their conductor. And this inner calm has a powerful effect. It makes people want to be near you, even without understanding why. Now there's one last element that connects all the habits and transforms them into something authentic. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Habit 10. Have something you are passionate about. Nothing shines brighter than someone who speaks passionately about what they love. When you have something that moves you, a purpose, a project, a genuine interest, your energy changes, your voice comes alive, your eyes sparkle, your gestures gain rhythm. And the most curious thing? It doesn't even have to be something big. It could be playing an instrument, studying something that intrigues you, or simply taking care of something with dedication. What matters is that it exists, fire inside you. Passionate people are naturally attractive because they radiate vitality. They inspire, spark curiosity, and convey a sense of direction. It's as if they're saying, without words, I know what drives me. And that's rare today, in a time when many live on autopilot. Having something you're passionate about shows that you are vivo, not just existing. And in the end, that's what connects all the other habits. Presence, energy, mystery, lightness, everything is amplified when there's a purpose behind it. Because true beauty isn't about changing appearances, but about igniting from within what the world is extinguishing. The truth is that being attractive has nothing to do with appearance, but it's not something guaranteed to last forever either. Because, just as some habits increase your magnetism, there are others who, without realizing it, drain your energy and presence. And that's where many people sabotage themselves. Try to seem more interesting, without noticing that small gestures and invisible patterns, they make the charm disappear, little by little. Therefore, if you truly want to understand the art of genuine attraction, the next step is essential. In the next video, I'll show you 10 habits that make you less attractive, and which you probably never realized. These are subtle, almost automatic attitudes, but they have the power to extinguish the brilliance you already possess. And when you see that, you'll understand why sometimes you feel like you've lost your strength, and you'll know exactly how to get it back. So it doesn't end here. Click on the next video and discover what's keeping you from the natural magnetism that is your essence. See you there.